guys, I'm back again after a couple weeks. It's Thanksgiving break, so that means that the dorm is pretty much empty, and it's actually quiet in here for once, so I figured I'll take advantage of all this alone time to excuse me, to hopefully put out one or two or maybe three new videos. Yeah, so this is just gonna be, I'm gonna just kind of go through some of my movies that I own, or at least the ones that I have with me in my room on campus, and just talk with you about them briefly for a little bit, and yeah, let's do some tapping on the cases and whatever. Also, before I forget, happy Thanksgiving. It's about 3 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, so yeah, I don't really have any plans, just gonna go home, have some dinner. Yeah, that's about it. And so, without further ado, let's get started. And you'll be able to tell in this video that my taste in movies is extremely various. I don't have one particular favorite genre. That's a lie, I kind of do. But yeah, I pretty much enjoy almost any kind of movie. So here we go. And the first one is, let's probably do it backwards. Is it? Well, Rear Window by my favorite director, Alfred Hitchcock. And this guy right here. And I don't know if any of you have seen Disturbia that came out a few years ago with Shia LaBeouf, but that's basically a remake of this. It's the original, and if you like suspense and thrillers, you should definitely check out Hitchcock, because he is known as basically the king of thriller and suspense. Not really horror stuff, but yeah, his movies are really good. And yeah, I'm like a huge fan of like classic movies and TV shows and stuff. And like I'm okay with the stuff that's out today, but if I had a choice, I would definitely want something from time periods like these, like 50s or like early 60s or something like that. So yeah, I hope you can hear this tapping and stuff. It's just on my phone again, so we'll see. Yeah, so this first one. Then number 2 is this baseball classic, Sandlot. And yeah, it's, I don't know, I kind of grew up on this movie a little bit because my family is really into baseball, so I have a lot of baseball movies, and this is just kind of, yeah, it's really funny. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it, because yeah, all the actors who play like all the boys in it are really good and talented, and yeah, the plot is really funny. Sorry if this is like an awkward video. I don't know, just like talking about movies I like. So bear with me. Just go to sleep. Yeah. Next one, definitely a little more recent, Pitch Perfect. It's hilarious, and I hear they're going to make a sequel. I'm not really sure what I think about that, just because I feel like 1 is good enough, I just hope that they don't kind of ruin the series or whatever with the sequel, as Hollywood is kind of known to do. But yeah, it's the soundtrack is really good and entertaining, and the actors are super funny, especially Rebel Wilson, obviously. And I know this movie actually kind of started a little a cappella obsession on my campus last year, and so one of my friends started an a cappella group at my school. We didn't have one before, and I'm in it also, and we are on YouTube if you want to check us out. Hilltop Harmony, yeah, a little self-advertising, sorry. I can put a link in the description to one of our videos if you want. Maybe I will, if you want to have us sing to you. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've never really been a singer, but, well, I mean, I can sing, but I never did choir or anything. I've always been more of a trumpet player. Yeah, so here's Pitch Perfect. And this is by far my favorite TV show of all time. And like I said before, it's I really like older shows and TV shows and everything, and so does my whole family, which I really think is cool, just because, I don't know, I just can't find the kind of entertainment that I can get from shows like this, and it's none other than I Love Lucy. Oh, here we go, here's some tapping. Yeah, I own all 9 seasons on DVD. Huge fan, and I have a couple friends who like to watch it too. And it's just, I don't know, there's not really much you can't like about it. It's super entertaining and hilarious, and I know a lot of people think that if it's like a black and white show, then oh, it's not funny or whatever, but no, this, in my opinion, tops any comedy show that's out nowadays. The cast is phenomenal. Lucille Ball is a comedic genius, and yeah, it's just a really funny series, and you've probably heard of it before, but if you've never watched it, I would definitely suggest watching an episode or two. And there's not really one that I don't like watching because they're all really funny, and yeah, it's a really good show. So there's my favorite TV show, and this is definitely one of my top movies. The Day After Tomorrow. I really like disaster movies. Don't really know why, but ever since I was little, I've always enjoyed them. I think it's just like the special effects and the action and everything that they always have. This is by far my favorite disaster flick. Ever since it came out, I've really liked it, and yeah, I think the characters are good, acting is good, special effects are awesome, and yeah, it's a pretty, I mean, the plot is kind of not overdone, but it's not really anything new, like, oh, the end of the world or whatever, but yeah, I think it's really entertaining to watch. So yeah, there's that. And another one of another recent movie that I really like is Cloverfield. And again, if you haven't seen it, it's just a giant monster movie in New York, but it's shot as if it's shot from the perspective of one of the main characters, as if you had like a camcorder. So it's really shaky and stuff, which a lot of people kind of get sick with, like motion sickness and stuff. But I find it really entertaining because it's like you can only see what they're seeing, so it's basically like you're there, obviously. Yeah, and I'm really not a horror movie person. I'm definitely more of a suspense and thriller, and this is definitely suspenseful, just with how limited of, just with how much the way it's shot limits what you can see that's going on, and everything you know only as much as the characters in the movie know. And yeah, so there's a little bit of horror thrown in, but yeah, it's definitely pretty. Yeah, it's a good suspense movie, and disaster, obviously, if you can tell by the cover. Little headless Lady Liberty. And this is another older movie. It's from the 50s, I think, or no, 1944. I was close, but yeah, it's Arsenic and Old Lace with Cary Grant, and Cary Grant is an incredible actor, if you didn't know. I don't know, the actors back then, compared to nowadays, I just admire so much more, but I don't know, that's just me. This is a really, really funny movie, and basically it's, well, Cary Grant, his character, is marrying this girl, and then stuff happens at his aunt's house, and he finds out some deep dark secrets that they have been keeping from him, but it's just really funny, and yeah, the acting is really good, and it's just something that I can always laugh at. Yeah, I think part of the reason why I enjoy movies from back then is that compared to movies nowadays, they're just way more clean. Like, there's not any swearing, pretty much, and any sexual scenes are really toned down, which I'm a fan of, because I don't really find that kind of stuff entertaining at all, pretty much. I know, call me old-fashioned, but I don't know, I'd rather just see character and plot development and not what's going on in their bedroom. But that's my opinion. Sorry for the little ramble, but yeah, this is a really good movie. If you like comedy and stuff, you should definitely check this out. Another one, Toy Story 3. I do own all 3 Toy Stories, and I grew up on them, obviously. And so this one they could not have done a better job. It was amazing, and how much time? Okay, good. Yeah, I cry every time. I'm not afraid to admit it. All of my friends cry. We're all in college, but the ending, it's just, yeah, just tells us that, oh, your childhood is over, you're an adult now, and your life sucks, pretty much. But yeah, it's a really great movie. And then last, but definitely not least, is my all-time favorite movie ever, and it's Brave Little Toaster by Disney. And if you haven't seen this, I suggest you go watch it. I'm gonna cut down on time really quick, but yeah, I think it's one of Disney's most underrated movies, and I love singing along with the soundtrack and everything. I grew up on this, literally. I bought it, not this, but I bought the VHS the day my little